Hi Leo, this is Astara Guidance, here to give you your tarot and oracle reading. I hope you're well. I've been guided to use a few different cards for you today, along with a few different crystals. So yeah, I'm getting quite a mix of energies already. I feel like you're on a bit of a transformative one at the moment. Something is needing to change, and the card that I've pulled for you here is the never-ending story card. Something keeps happening, the same thing keeps happening over and over again. So there's a cycle here that I feel needs to be broken. I'm going to read you the message from the Wisdom of the Oracle book to see what we have for you. It's number 37, if that's of interest to you. If you like your angel numbers, 37. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. Okay, so the essential meaning is self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. So maybe there is something that keeps happening that is quite dramatic. There seems to be a drama that keeps coming up. There's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It's the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. I'm getting quite a general message for you. So for some of you, I feel this might be a relationship message, and for others, this is going to be more to do with prosperity and career. For those of you that are in relationships, there's a painful feeling around a relationship right now. And this is feeling quite complex. Okay, there's shame, fear of intimacy, and there's some low self-esteem here. That's the root of it, is low self-esteem. Somebody needs to work on that. That's the greatest challenges to the success of the relationship. So consider how valuable this knowledge is. So because you have an opportunity right now, and I'd be surprised if we don't have some opportunity tarot cards come out in a minute. So you need to reflect on these stories that you're weaving about love, about connection, how you connect with others, abandonment, rejection, loneliness, because these are very reactive energies around you at the moment. I'm feeling that you're reacting rather than taking a step back and just telling yourself it's okay, I don't need to act that way. Because if you keep doing what you always have done, you're just going to keep getting the same results every time. You need to perhaps think about doing things differently. This needs to end. I had a strong message to bring to you the imagery of a moth coming out of its cocoon, coming out of the darkness and finding comfort in the light. If that makes sense for someone. It might not apply to everyone. Remember, this is not a personal reading, so please don't tell me that's not relevant at all for you. And don't get offended if this is not it's not for you, because this is a very general message for a great amount of people. So it might not be relevant to everybody, but if it is, then fantastic. Let me know. So you're going to get to start a new story now, because as this card is called the never-ending story. Well, you need to stop retelling the same story over and over again. You need to start telling yourself and others a new story about yourself, which will come with a new opportunity. So just have a bit of compassion for yourself here. Just have a little bit of kindness for yourself, and have compassion for the part of you that believes all of these narratives. None of them are true. It's all fear, it's all in your head, it's all been built up from past experiences. That's all gone, it's done, it's finished. So now you must move forward. Okay, for prosperity, again, it's a lot of fear. There could be envy, there could be procrastination, these kind of negative energies. And I'm feeling the need to show you the hematite crystal at the moment. This is something that could really help ground you. And just, even feeling the weight of this in my hand is helping me to feel that you do need to ground yourself. Just slow it down instead of reacting. When you feel the need to react quickly, just take your time and stop comparing yourself to others. There's been a lot of that, I think. And don't feel that their success is necessarily what yours should look like, because you can be successful in other ways. It doesn't have to be in the same way. You're perhaps comparing yourself too much, and maybe you're even afraid of the good that's coming your way. Sometimes we push away success because we're frightened of success, if that makes sense. So that could be something you need to address. There could be reasons going back to your childhood or previous experiences in your adult life that are holding you back here. So don't be afraid of the good that's going to come your way. Don't step out of your lane. Okay? You're not completely powerless on this journey. You can feel more in control than you are right now. You're telling yourself perhaps that you're not in control of what's coming towards you. Well, that can be true, but you can control how you react. You can steer this vehicle on this journey. So there may be some financial insecurities, perhaps from past experiences where you've been worried about lack. Perhaps there's been some feelings around poverty mindset, or perhaps there was some neglect growing up as a child, or you felt that it was really tight, money was really tight growing up, or perhaps in your adult life things have been difficult and you keep thinking back to past failures. So stop going back to the past. Again, this is very much the never-ending story that you're telling yourself. So you've got to learn to love yourself and stop sabotaging things for yourself as well. Let's see what else we have here for you. Okay, so it's reminding you again, you need to make up a new story. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. That's really positive, guys. I'm really happy for that for you. Let's look a little bit more deeply, and that was your oracle card. I want to look a little bit more deeply into this. We've got a few more minutes. I'm trying to keep the reads as short as possible, but sometimes I have extra messages coming out, so I feel the need to tell them to you. Yeah, I've got sleepless nights. I've got the 9 of Swords. You're losing sleep. It's fear. This is all fear-based, but it's not necessarily real. This is all in your head. It might be based on things that were real in the past, but this doesn't mean that this is how your future has to be. You can rewrite this. Tell me more, please. Okay, so there is something positive here. You've been working on something independently and you've put the work in, and you are coming to a phase now in your life where you can start to reap the rewards. You can start to enjoy the fruits of your labours, and this is looking really positive. You've put the work in. This is 9 of Pentacles. So it's coming, it's getting there, it's coming together. Something you've done, something you've worked on is coming together. So you have every reason to feel positive. So less of this negativity, because you're moving on. You've been through the worst of it already, and the 6 of Swords is about moving on. It's passing. You've passed the worst of it. You've passed the storm. You're moving out of stormy waters. You're moving into can't speak. I'm sorry. I can't speak. You're moving on. into calmer waters. So therefore, don't bring the past with you. You're feeling a little bit insecure and a bit of self-doubt's coming up here. There's some competition perhaps around you. As we read just a minute ago from the guidebook, there's insecurity when we compare ourselves to others. Healthy competition's good. It can help us to realise that perhaps we need to improve in certain areas, especially if it's about, we're thinking about marketing ourselves and we're comparing ourselves to others to see how do they do it, what areas are going to be more successful for us. That could be healthy. And as you can see, these guys are kind of sparring with one another. So perhaps this is more of a, how can I put this? It's like an exercise, a challenge. It doesn't have to be, look, these guys haven't got swords. They've got wands. They're almost sparring with each other. So yeah, this is something that's this could be good for you if you don't get eaten up in the worry and the fear that this is a competition. Don't be disheartened and don't give up, because this is showing you that you have something of value, and kind of, you could view this as training. That's what I'm getting for you right now. View it as an adventure. This is something new for you. One more, please. Okay. Yeah, again, you've been a bit negative. You're looking at what you don't have. Stop calling attention to what you don't have, because if you're viewing yourself negatively and you're calling attention to your lack, to things that you feel you don't do well, you're calling attention to your weaknesses, then other people are not going to respond well to that, guys. Then you need to be more positive, and other people will then respond more positively towards you. Otherwise, they're going to confirm your doubts and your fears because you're projecting that onto them. So there's a lot of negative energy here, and we need to think more positively about how to move forward. Just one more, please. Yes. You will have success. You have the Ace of Swords here. Something's coming through for you. Have the confidence, the belief, and the assurance that you can and you will succeed. That's what I have for you today, Leo. I hope that's been useful for you. Try not to worry so much, and stop telling yourself that same story, that you're going to fail, it's all going to go wrong. Think more positively and think differently. Think outside the box and think of ways that you can move yourself forward. Remember, the universe is telling you that you can be successful, but it's all about your thoughts. You need to be positive here. Thanks, guys. That's what I have for you. Take care. Bye-bye.